Welcome back to another live stream. Thank you all for tuning in tonight. I can't even speak. We had an awesome day today. 8.92, let's just call it 9% on the day for AMC, down 2 cents in the after hours. Basically negligible. How is everybody feeling after today? We did come off a red week. Starting off this week strong though. Let's see. How are we all doing tonight? We doing good, everybody? Let's see. Dun, dun, dun. What are you guys talking about in here? All smoke and mirrors. We need to hire a singing telegram. You guys are wild. All right. Let's see. Can you guys hear me all right? We good? We good in here? What's up, Sean? Both Seans. We got both Seans in here. All right, let's just adjust some things. Boom, boom. What's up, Apocalypse? How are we doing, everybody? We're good. All righty. So we had a great day today. When we come over and take a look at the option chain right here, we're just going to do a little bit of options first. If you remember from my Sunday video, we talked about this $40 strike. So there's not enough contracts here to really cause a significant gamma squeeze, but this will lead to a little bit of buying volume because there still are 13,257 contracts, meaning that at the absolute max, they would have to buy about 1.3 million shares in order to be hedged on these $40 calls. What up, Vegas? So this did lead to a little bit more buying volume today. We finished at 40.29. Let's see if this number right here, I'm almost afraid to say this word now because of what YouTube's been doing to us, but we'll see. Also, we are going to get Rogue in here. We are going to get TMI in. We're going to see who else wants to come in and hang out with us. We got a lot to go over. I called this stream Follow the Money because there's a lot of really interesting things happening to the happening in the institutions right now. Huh. Let me check something real quick. Let's see. Ooh, I did want to do something. Stream settings. We needed to do something here. Dun, 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 dun. All right. Vic, serious life question incoming. Go for it. Also, just so everybody knows, this stream is sponsored by, it's not actually sponsored, but it's a joke, Hedgy Tears. Somebody said that in TMI's live stream today, and I thought that was hilarious. What helped you make the first big move? It was also risky. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, so there's a lot of wild things going on. Remember, the first time we really saw signs of institutions start to really move money around, it wasn't even Goldman Sachs. It was this right here. This is what started to tell us that people were moving some money out of equities, which are riskier investments, into less risky investments like bonds. So we saw it kind of peak out January, February, March, April, peaked out in May, and then went on a steep downtrend. So ever since May, we've seen money flow from stocks and into bonds. Then we ended up seeing Goldman Sachs come out and say, yeah, we sold 25% of all of our equity positions to retail, essentially, and they're trying to make retail be the bag holder. So what I think is going on right now is that it's brilliant on these institutions' part. They're not very nice for doing this, but it's smart, if that makes sense. They're creating an environment where they know something's coming. Inflation. We have the new sickness fears coming up. We also have the repos going nuts. Everybody is over leveraged. So for some reason, the market's still going up. We're still seeing all-time highs. But we know that Goldman's selling. We know that Morgan Stanley has come out and said, yeah, we're expecting a 20% decline. And the market's still going up. So what they're doing is they're selling on this uptrend, is what it looks like, to try to basically dump the bag to retail, reposition themselves for the incoming downtrend, to basically hedge themselves, which very interesting. But that's not really... Hold on. Let's see. What is everybody going on in here about? Same rules applies to the craps table. Please don't drink that too salty. Sean, you know what? This is what we're drinking tonight. All right. Let's see. All right. Absolutely. Drop any questions in here that you need. That's what we're here for. We are going to get Rogue and TMI in eventually. And let's do this thing. I'm so tired of them screwing retail. Yeah. Like when they say dumb money, they really mean it. Like they think that we're so stupid that we can't see what they're doing. Like nobody in the AMC community is really like the retail that they're dumping on in a big way. Like everybody who's solely focused on AMC and GameStop. Like I brought up in my earlier video, gold is one of the things that they're using in order to hedge themselves against inflation coming up. And I've heard that a lot. A lot of people are starting to get in on gold now because when you think about the crypto market, like, yeah, crypto is probably going to outperform gold or any other physical asset over the long term. But in the short term, crypto will most likely take a pretty significant hit when this all starts to roll out. We're making dumb amounts of their money. Yeah, I mean, I guess so. Can they be buying shares on the dark pool to cover their positions? I mean, maybe some of them, but remember, if they were to buy in such a large amount to cover all of the shares on the dark pool, that buying volume is going to wipe out most, or if not all, of the selling volume in the dark pool really quick. So then the price is going to start to go up anyway, so it's not really going to matter. Yeah, the hedgies problem is that they're underestimating the opponents. Yeah, I mean, how can you underestimate us at this point? Or like the retail in general? Like the logic does not make sense. Because typically when you invest in a company, it goes from 12 to 75. A lot of people sell. And then it'll come back down to whatever fair price. That's what happened, but people just bought more. They didn't just sell. If any like paper hands were selling, well, there were just other apes that were buying it back up. Do you think we hit 50 this week? Why is everybody asking me if we are going to hit 50? That's like I've seen that question so many times. Like, are we going to hit 50? I don't know. I mean, is that bots coming in and being like, are we going to hit 50? Who knows? We could. It's very possible that we shoot up to 50, but at the same time, we don't really know. There's not really like a catalyst. There's not like a wild amount of options at like 45, 46. Like we can pull this back up again. There's nothing crazy. I mean, there's a little bit at 50, but that's a long way to go. That's a 25% increase from where we are right now. We could easily do it. Don't get me wrong. But this whole $50 price point for this week, remember, no price targets, no dates. Because people like round numbers. I guess so. I think people think 50 makes the computers take over. People also said that about 60. So who knows? They want you to play the 50 calls to take money. They could, Hayden. That's the other thing. A lot of people have been saying, don't buy options, don't buy options, don't buy options. I said this on TMI stream. It's like, well, if nobody bought options because everybody was scared of generating like money for the institutions that are shorting AMC, then we never would have seen June happen. We would have never, if everybody was like, yeah, no options, we're just going to buy shares, we wouldn't have seen June, because June was a gamma squeeze, and a gamma squeeze revolves around hedging those options. Same thing that happened in January with GameStop and AMC. If you look at the options, there's a lot more around on the round numbers. Yeah, typically that's what happens. Fifi. I just play spread. Yeah. Who cares when we hit when? The only thing that matters is the squeeze. That's very true. We need option to help the push. Yeah, when you think about options, if we start going in one direction, it's like gasoline on a fire. It just ignites it. It's like lighter fluid. It makes it more aggressive. So if we're having a sharp move to the downside, we're going to see more shorting to hedge those sold puts. But if we see a sharp move to the upside and there's a lot of calls right there, we're going to see a lot more buying volume in order to hedge those calls, which then pushes the price up even more. So that's also why when we look at AMC's percent moves in a day, one, it has a lower price point, and two, there's not as many options. Like the nominal amount of contracts that are being held are a lot less, because when we look at this right here, let's just see. So 13,000, like there's lots of contracts in the thousands for this week for AMC. 50's got 12,000. A lot of these right here. And then when we come over to GameStop and look at their option chain, a lot less, meaning that the institutions don't have to go out and buy as many shares in order to hedge those options. So think about it as there's just less gasoline getting poured on the fire with GameStop versus AMC at the current time, and just for the option chain. Do you think they could hold off on the squeeze until 2022 because they know AA could then dilute the market with more shares? Maddie B's TV. That's actually not going to happen. We know that those shares are no longer getting voted on. So for this vote coming up, there's no longer that 25. I think it was 25 million shares. That's off the table. So that's not happening, and they only have about 46,000 shares left, I think is the amount. So that wouldn't really work out too well. Everyone's Lambos are sitting at the car dealership waiting on the apes. That's funny. We were in the 50s so long already. I bet we go from the 40s to nearly 60 in a day. Jay Engel, it's very possible. If everyone was worried, they would liquidate their blue chip stocks because hedge funds are making money off them too. If Apple, Google, Tesla tank, they would be margin called. Exactly, Eddie. So when we think about what's going on, and with the new NSCC rulings, where they're basically going to pledge securities in order to get cash to cover positions, but then it's just that whole rule is wild. One, not a controlled squeeze. Want to make that clear. As you guys saw in the video that I made, I think it was yesterday, that it's not a controlled squeeze. What it is it could potentially like dampen the market correction. So what that basically shows us is, well, they know it's coming. They wouldn't make these rules unless they thought something was coming. Well, if squeeze happens in February, I'll have lower taxes. Hamza, good luck. Hello, Mr. Vic, sir. What's up? What's up, bro? Lambos is impractical, says Sean. Interesting. Any option on switching out of Webull? Is Webull safe? The thing about payment for order flow is that it always the arguments around payment for order flow always come back to the fact that the orders are getting routed into the dark pool. So payment for order flow, when it gets sent to Citadel or any one of these other big players, yeah, they're going to send some of the orders to the dark pool. But the actual concept of payment for order flow isn't really the problem. It's how the orders are getting executed. So it's more of a market maker problem with them being able to send the orders to the dark pool versus just paying for that order flow. It's what they do with it that's the bad part, if that makes sense. I wonder how, yeah, that rule is wild. I still haven't read the entire thing. I've read bits and pieces. That rule is an absolute monster. How'd the numbers show? Let's see. Hold up. We're going to do a little Ortex update, and I'm going to feel like a crazy person because it's going to change on me all night. All right, Ortex update. So we have utilization at 88.52%. Short interest change today, according to the estimates, 14.67%. But look, we got the exchange reported short interest today. So short percentage of free float, 15.59. So the settlement date, July 15th, meaning that the short interest went up from the last reporting date. So you know what that means? They have not covered. So yeah, the shares on loan, 95.5 million, but the shares short, as according to the exchange, is 79.75. Remember, the exchange reported short interest isn't going to track everything. Because one, they don't have to report. Like when you look at how like short interest is reported, it's self-reported. The fines for not reporting are less than $1 million every time. So if you don't want to report and you're fine with taking the fine, they're not going to. And then it's not going to account for naked short positions or synthetic short positions. So again, these numbers that we're seeing here are the absolute baseline of what we could say. I need AMC to move soon. I have all my money tied up in AMC and haven't been able to buy underwear since December. Antics. That's gross, dude. That's nasty. Actually, I think I want that back. Where'd that go? There we go. So what we really need to keep a look on is shares on loan estimated by Ortex and utilization. And then the short interest, their estimates, I mean, it's just a baseline. Like we can't look at it and be like, yup, that's what's happening. Also, if you guys don't mind just hitting the like button on the video, it just helps us out with the algorithm. I think Rogue is shadow banned for some reason on Twitter. We're seeing a lot of weird stuff happen with AMC YouTubers too. So if you guys don't mind, just hit that like button. It helps us out. Short interest change, the free float did. It's the same amount of water, just a bigger bucket. Interesting. Which guess? I think we're going to get Rogue for sure and then TMI at some point. STV, what's up? Had a great day today. Hope you did too. You as well, Matt Hatter. Have you heard of the controlled squeeze prolonging the less volatile squeeze period? Controlled squeeze, FUD. 100% FUD. Here's why the controlled squeeze is FUD. There are two main things you need to take into account when thinking about a controlled event. One, you need to know how much of the supply there is in order to buy back. So who's going to tell anybody that how many shares are actually out there? I mean, we know the reported numbers. There's 513 million outstanding shares. But with the amount of failure to delivers, most likely there's been a lot of naked shorting going on and synthetic positions being created. So most likely there's shares out there that don't necessarily exist. So then the second part is that you would need the counterparty to a controlled squeeze to agree to get you out at a certain price, or in order to you would need, okay, so there's 4.1 million individual investors. You would need every single one of them to agree on a price. How's that going to happen? Like, you're never going to get every single AMC ape to just say, yep, I'm fine with this certain price. Even if they wanted to, that's a logistical nightmare. But what they're trying to do is control how fast the market comes down when something starts to pop off. That's what they're trying to do. Dun, dun, dun. Amir, why do you want me to shout out Keenan? Keenan's great, but I mean, like, Keenan's awesome. I just don't understand why you want me to shout him out. Sounds like market manipulation. I mean, yeah, that's what they do. Like, if they can manipulate the market without getting caught and make money off of it, or just pay a small fine, then yeah, they're going to do it. It's like, it's a terrible incentive program. Oh, what's up, Ben? Yeah, controlled squeeze, not true. It's FUD. Rogan, no. Bring him on live. Amir, I would love to bring Keenan on. Tough man to reach, though, I've heard. All right, let's see. Hit that like, everyone. Thank you, Hayden. What are systematic internalizers? Pretty sure that has to do with dark pools, but I would have to take a deeper look into that. Oh, look who we got here. Mr. Rogue the Legacy. How you doing, buddy?
Mr. Short the Fix.
Whoops. That was an accident. Everybody drop some swords in the chat for Rogue.
The Chad? Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, the control part of the controlled squeeze is just not forcing sell-offs. Ben, it's more of trying to create an orderly fashion of liquidating positions. Exactly. Because when things start to pop off, it's like exactly what I've been saying. It's like everybody is going to start to want to sell, and if they have nobody to sell it to, like retail pulls their bid because they're like, oh, the market's crashing, we want to sell too. There's no buy, or there's like a significantly less amount of buy orders. So then there's nobody to sell it to. So they're creating this system in order to make it like a more orderly sell-off and try to control it.
Yeah, they want to control the market crash instead of actually letting the market collapse.
Exactly. I mean, it's a pawn shop to protect the market.
I like it. That's
kind of what it is.
That's actually like
that's
for
actually
real. That's actually
what
very
it is.
accurate. Like, very freaking accurate.
Can you get Gary Gensler on? Rogue?
Who's Gary Gensler? Did you see I tagged him? I tagged Dave Portnoy and said, this is who Gary Gensler is. And tagged Gary Gensler.
We're not going to be able to get Gary Gensler. I saw a lot of people trying to get him in space calls. I would literally 0 chance of that happening. When you think about like compliance, I mean, if they do, awesome. Prove me wrong. Get Gary Gensler in a space call to discuss this. But there's like, it'd be like asking Adam Aaron to come into a space call with everybody. Like, that's a compliance nightmare because one, you don't know what's going to be asked. You don't know how, like, you can't just disclose things. Like, he's going to come in and be like, I can't answer that. I can't answer that. Well, we're working on, like, it won't, I don't think it would be very productive.
Yes. I'm getting a burger made with 2 pieces of bread. Yeah, bread, not buns.
You're having it on bread again?
Yeah.
You're a wild boy.
Wild boy.
What do you guys think about? Okay, so when I'll pull up the Credit Suisse article, or you guys have probably already seen it, but like when Credit Suisse comes out and says, oh yeah, we're about to start protecting ourselves from a massive wave of deleveraging and central banks could easily lose control, and that Goldman Sachs sells their position and Morgan Stanley says that things are about to come down. I mean, it's just a matter of time now. I think Q4 could be when the deleveraging starts to happen, unless there's like an external event that happens sooner, because you can't have $900 billion in margin debt and just be like, yeah, it's fine. like at all-time high margin debt, where it just went parabolic. And we saw what happened with that in 2008. And the other time it happened, I think it was 2015. Yeah, also for all the new people that are in here that didn't see this before, we named the gallon. We named the contents of the gallon.
There you go, it's Hedgie's Tears. Yeah, Gary Gensler is now on Twitter. If you want to verify that for yourselves, go to SEC page on Twitter, and they literally shouted him out. So
July 30th can be the catalyst. So are you talking about the FRY 15? Because I don't think that actually comes out then.
Oh, yeah. Actually, the July 30th is not a catalyst. The person that actually put that out, that information, he was proven wrong.
Yeah. And I was looking at it. I was going to start. Yeah. I was trying to send him a message but his DMs were open because I was looking at when FRY 15s are reported, and it looks like it's 50 days after like specific dates. One of them was in June, one of them was in March, and neither of them match up to those, like July 30th being 50 days after. So I was like, where's the source for this getting put out? The FRY 15, very important document. But it's just not coming out. They are listing the assets and liabilities of central banks, but I don't think it's going to be like a catalyst. We kind of already know. Invite Trey to the live stream tonight. I would love to get Trey on, but Trey's a very busy dude.
Yeah. Maybe one day.
Let's see. How likely you think they will turn off the circuit breakers? Like if it goes down 8%, like if the market goes down 8%, or I think it's 8%, they'll just say, nope, we'll let it fall. No way. The whole point of those circuit breakers being in place are they're like to protect retail, but they're not. They're for all of the big money to like see where the orders are coming in and then reposition themselves accordingly. It's like a break.
Well, there you have it.
Boom, boom.
Boom, 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 boom.
Invite Matt. I would love to get Matt on. Matt seems like a really cool dude.
Yeah, what's Matt doing right now?
Kinetic internalizer. Any knowledge of this? Powder. I'd have to look into that a little bit more.
Just send Matt an invite.
Just
send Matt an invite.
What's up, Rogue?
Just send Matt an invite. See if he joins.
That would be funny. Be like, what's this? Be like, I don't know. With a possible controlled squeeze, no. Stop. Sorry. No controlled squeeze.
Yeah, let me just break this down very quickly.
You have to, one, know the supply, and two, convince every single person holding it that they would sell at a certain price. In
simple terms, Volkswagen was a controlled short squeeze.
Mm-hmm.
And that was controlled between what was it? Two institutions?
And
yeah,
Volkswagen.
It was controlled between them.
Mm-hmm.
But for this AMC, 80% of the float is held by retail investors. So institutions cannot control this squeeze. Institutions, government, nobody can.
Oh, those hedgy tiers are good.
Oh, yeah, bet. So I just call it a controlled market crash.
Yeah, that's what they're doing. They're literally... Yeah, guys, we talked about this yesterday. The controlled squeeze is FUD. It was poorly worded on Twitter. It is very possible that they're going to, they're putting in measures to control the velocity of a market correction.
Right. And it's like the controlled market crash is to prevent a market collapse. And I literally just lost my train of thought. That's insane. Never mind.
What?
What? Yeah, you're right.
Lou calls it a managed event. It's fine.
Okay.
Like that's a good term for it. Like
Yeah, honestly, so a managed
when you're
event.
looking at the amount of over leveraging in synthetic positions and how overcooked our market is, like it would be logical for them to try to not have the biggest fallout of all time. It's still gonna go. Like it's just gonna be slower, if that makes sense. They're putting it in quicksand. Oh, Hugh, thank you so much for the super. Shout out to all you guys sending in the super chats, liking the video, and just coming in and hanging out. You guys are awesome. Thank you guys. So Hugh says, I have a question for Mr. The Legacy. How many swords have you bought from shopping malls out of curiosity?
Dude, none.
Bro,
But honestly, my it's funny though. My brother, he collects all knives. Literally, like any knife, he has a huge collection. And then like one year, he got a katana, the katana sword.
Interesting.
He legit has a katana. I'm
That's
like, my
legit.
God.
Hugh, thank you so much for that super chat, man. You folks will never be able to move out of your parents' basements. Oh, that's cool. I mean, I'm in college, so that's kind of just where I live.
Yeah, and I don't live in a basement. I live right above Short the Vix.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm on a little the middle level, and TMI is upstairs in the fucking closet streaming his live streams and everything. I don't know where he is right now though.
So since it's going to be a controlled market crash, this could squeeze a lot longer and create more FOMO, right? Aaron, very good point to bring up. So I was kind of speculating about this the other day. It's like, well, if they all can't get their hands on enough money to cover right away, and there's going to be like a slow burn essentially, then it's possible that they cover at a certain point, the price jumps up, we have FOMO, we shoot up even more, and it's actually even worse for them because if they can't get their hands on more liquidity and they're like, well, we can't cover right now, and the price just keeps going up, it puts them in a deeper hole. How high do you realistically feel the S&P 500 could climb? I mean, here's the thing. I do think that it's going to keep going up, but they're selling into this uptrend. That's what I am looking at right now. It's like, well, all of the signs that I'm seeing are pointing to people moving their money out of the stock market and into safer investments, but we're not seeing that reflected in price. I mean, we have seen more stocks hitting 52-week lows than highs, but that doesn't really tell us a whole lot. To minimize the hole they are digging themselves into, the DTC should halt any further shorting of AMC and GameStop. CT, if you remember, I think it was a month ago or 2 months ago, a lot of different banks, I think it was Bank of America, Goldman Sachs, Jefferies, Citigroup, Bank of Montreal, a lot of those institutions turned off the ability to short AMC and to sell naked options. So that's very interesting. That was the same pattern leading to 2008. Yeah, I mean, you also can't have everybody saying inflation's transitory and then have people say that the GDP next year is going to go down. It's like, well, STV, what clues are you looking for covering? To show that they're covering, one, market sell-off, two, hedge fund bankruptcies. But with this new rule, it might be a little bit harder to spot if the market is like actually selling off because it might just be slower. It's just going to take more time to really see it.
Hey, correct me if I'm wrong though. If let's say that they do go through with this filing,
Mhm.
wouldn't so technically, since all of their holdings are held somewhere else, right, in that SFT, and they would be trying to cover before they even get to the SFT, correct? Like, don't they have like a certain?
I'd have to read more
Mhm.
into it. It looks like they're just holding those securities and then giving them capital in order to cover
Right.
positions. So that is the collateral.
So
Is
with
that
that being
that's what it
said,
looks like.
then the market, like, I don't know how the market would even react because the shares aren't being sold; they're just being lent out. So I don't know if that's even if we can even do that with an indicator now. If they do go through with that filing.
Yeah, it's very similar to like a repo or a
Hmm.
reverse repo. Very similar.
Right.
That like when I was reading it, I was like, this looks like the exact same thing.
But like with pretty much the entire stock market, we wouldn't even be able to tell with the liquidations because there wouldn't be any until
Right.
after.
We're getting a little bit of boom booms in the after hours. We went from down 2 cents to up 7 cents.
Well, that was one of
Giant
the
move.
things I was going to be looking for, man. It sucks.
Oh, let's see.
Oh, jeez. Well, I'll know
Ooh.
when they're covering when the stock price is ripping. That's
Yeah, when it goes parabolic, you're gonna know.
that's my indicator now.
It's not that it won't crash stuff. It's just it's gonna be more like controlled. They're gonna have
Right.
more control. Like they're trying to not let this get out of hand. They're gonna
Because
try
I
to
want to
avoid
know.
another 2008. But at
I
the end
want
of
to
the
know.
day, if you have to close positions, you gotta close
Mhm.
positions. So
So my thing is with the SFT, with all the positions that they lend that they're holding from these different like hedge funds or these different institutions. Is there a certain time frame? I want to know. I'm not asking you specifically, but I want to know what the time frame is on that to where the auction can take place of those different assets.
yeah, I don't know. I'd have to look at that.
Because that would be very like beneficial to actually know that. So we'll see, but I did not see anything on that. So
Mm.
maybe they'll go a bit further into detail when it comes time. I don't
Right.
know.
Yeah, I mean it's not implemented, it's not effective, it's just
Mhm.
another proposed rule change. So
But when is it supposed to take effect, though?
we
Do
won't
you know?
know. It hasn't even been approved yet. So
Right.
it
Okay.
could be months. Remember what happened
So
with
with that being
DTCC
said,
005?
yeah.
That took forever.
Bro, what if? So think about this though. What if the filing doesn't even like come to fruition by the time the squeeze actually takes place? Then
They're
that
just really
whole
what they're really going to do is they're going to protect the downside, but if things are going to squeeze, it's still going to go up. They're not going to prevent things from going up.
right. No, I know that. But for the market specifically, if that rule change, if that filing doesn't actually go into effect, then there will be liquidations still.
Well, yeah, but like liquidations can mean two different things. Like Credit Suisse liquidating means that they're selling off a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But if they're
That's
getting
what I mean.
forcefully liquidated, like if like a hedge fund gets like forcefully liquidated, it means they're getting like they don't have enough liquidity anymore to cover their positions, and they are getting forced to buy all of their positions back or sell them. Um, so
That's
yeah,
what
if
I'm
that
talking
rule
about.
doesn't go into effect, or if it doesn't get approved, it's like that's not good. But it kind of honestly that rule helps out everybody, if that
I
makes sense.
know, but that's why I'm like, I kind of want it to go into effect sooner
Right.
rather than later. That way, people with 401ks, all these different like people that don't deserve to hold the bag, won't hold the bag. So
Exactly.
we'll
Then
see.
we save the market with our tendies, and we become rich. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, we'll already be pretty wealthy. Yeah.
Mhm.
Also, if you guys don't mind, just hitting that like button helps us out. Rogue apparently shadow banned on Twitter, and you guys have seen all of the BS that's been happening to all of the YouTubers.
Oh, it's
If you guys don't mind,
ridiculous.
just hitting that like button, it just helps us out. It's also free, so
Yeah, and
thank you.
I like you understand this whole concept of YouTube very well. and I understand what you guys are going through, what you go through on here because of what you say. But like, I just made a different profile to do different things on it to check things out. Because people have blocked me before, like that I wanted to like look at. So I not even intentionally doing this. I
Right.
followed all the big names on YouTube, followed people in the community, and I followed myself. Then I clicked on the homepage, and everyone was there. I literally scrolled down. I saw everyone that I was following, except for mine, except for Rogue the Legacy. Could not see anything that I posted on there, which
Right.
is very confusing.
Exactly. It's just
It's
it's
like,
just it sometimes it happens, the algorithms get tripped and you
yeah.
get kind of screwed. But
Well, and then
it comes back around.
on top of that, the Twitter, the shadow ban website isn't showing anything for that.
Right.
So
It'll do that.
it's like
Um
it is
with
what it is.
AMC
I
not
just
out
want the
of debt, will
information
this
being
cause a
put out there.
problem? No. It shouldn't hurt anything.
Right.
I mean, they've paid down a lot of it. They've acquired new companies. New theaters. Also, if you guys don't know, they're doing another UFC event. Like the first
Yes.
one was such a hit that they're like, oh yeah, we're doing it again. That's awesome news. The only stock I will have is Tesla after this. All crypto and a small beach house.
Yeah.
Nice. Good luck with that, man.
Heck yeah. I will say anyone that's on here, anyone that's following like anyone on Twitter, if you have notifications on, or if you think you do, you should probably go check as well. Because it might be off. A lot of people's
Interesting.
notifications, like those, just get turned off sometimes with algorithms. And make sure you're still following them
Yeah.
because
Also,
you might not be.
if you guys aren't following Rogue, make sure you guys go follow Rogue.
No,
Also,
not about me, but
that new
everybody.
UFC event is being shown in 100 theaters this time versus I think it was 90 last time. So there's 10 more theaters
Yeah, I
being
think it
added.
was. I think it was. I think you're right. So they made some more adjustments.
Right. Could
Heck
could
yeah.
foreign markets be an indicator for the controlled sell-off? Not really. I mean, what we saw today in the Asian markets was like unrelated. It was more of like I think it had to do with Chinese tech. But I would have to take a deeper look into it. Let's see. I read 2 of the 369 pages of the proposal, and I can say without a doubt that it means buy and hold. That's good, CT. Imagine if AMC does Manny Pacquiao versus Errol Spence. That would be ridiculous. Basic economics, the people become the government when money is owed. Interesting. Yeah, we also have something very interesting coming up with the bond market and the debt ceiling. So people have been floating around the concept that the United States could potentially default on its debt obligations because it can't raise any more money through bond sales. I highly doubt that the United States is going to default. But what is very possible to happen is they get their credit rating downgraded, which that's bad. Usually we see the stock market freak out when that happens to the downside. So if you hear anybody say downgrade, or the S&P gets downgraded, or not the S&P, sorry. If like the United States debt or credit rating gets downgraded, that's not good for the market as a whole. But it would just feed into what we already know is looking to occur. 21,000 AMC shares holding since January. Fernando, that is awesome. Oh yeah, tweeted about trying to get all major sports too. That's going to be awesome. Then the reverse repo stop. Yeah. Hero, I did not see your question. Downgrade equals get ready to buy El Cheapo blue chips. I mean, I probably wouldn't go in yet. Oh, what up, Pushin'? Shout out the mods. You guys are awesome. Rogue is the only YouTuber I've seen eating on stream. I mean, I'm just getting my hedgy tears. defaulted when it took his money at the gold standard. It left people holding the bag. Yeah. SB, have you ever wondered why the hedge funds use our psyche against us? I bet you could reverse that trend and throw it back on them. The problem is that they think about how much money like the AMC community has in one stock. They have that much money that they can throw around like a couple times over, like in total for all the funds. And if there's one fund trying to position themselves in a way that they know is going to freak out retail, then they can. And it's not manipulation because it's not collusion. It could be manipulation. It's not collusion because it's just them acting with the money that they have. So if they know that they can basically push the price down to a certain level by flooding the market with supply, like we saw after we hit those really high numbers in June, then they're accomplishing their goal of trying to like shake out retail. They're trying to scare people. And the reason for that is that they know they can, because money is very emotional. Like if you see like a really substantial increase in your portfolio in one day, you're going to be ecstatic. You're going to be thrilled. You're probably going to be in an awesome move. But if you see the value of your portfolio go down 50% in like a couple of days, you're going to feel terrible. So there's that fear aspect that if things start to go down, they know that everybody is thinking, well, this could continue to happen in the future, which could entice them to try to cut their losses. So like you see that cycle of thought. Yeah, I wrote it on the jug. Hashtag hedgy too. The question again. I really like your thoughts. Hero, I'm looking for it. Oh, what happens if the hedge funds lend fake shares with the new rule to the DTC, like they do to us with real money instead of covering their positions? Okay, so it's still shares, if that makes sense. So the one of the ways that like naked shorting happens in the way FTDs are created is that, let's just think of an example of, I have a car. Let's just say I want to sell a car. And there's 10 people that want to basically buy that car. And I promise all of them that I'm going to sell them that car. And this isn't the best example. So okay, so let's just actually go over how it works. So the prime broker, this is really how a lot of the naked shorting happens. So the prime broker thinks that they can get their hands on a certain X amount of shares. So if, let's say that number is 100 and a bunch of hedge funds come asking them, hey, let's say it's 5 hedge funds. They're like, hey, I want to, in total, we want to short 100 shares of a stock. The broker will be like, okay, we think we can get 100 shares, so just go for it. Short the shares. So they give them those like IOUs, they sell them out, but then within the 3-day period where the broker is supposed to deliver those shares, they can't. So let's say there's only 50 shares that they can get their hands on. So then it's a naked short because it's not backed by an actual share. But it's still a share that gets sold into the market.
Nicholas Holmes liked your analogy. You could have went further and said you print up 10 titles for one car and sell it to 10 different people. Wait, hold on. That doesn't make any sense. Oh, no. It does make sense. You print up 10 titles for one car and sell the titles to 10 different people.
Huh?
That was somebody's analogy. I think they were trying to help you out with the...
hear you.
You can barely hear me.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
I don't want to yell at your
problem is
viewers.
There's no way to tell which ones are the real shares from the synthetic shares. Yeah, it doesn't really matter because they have to buy them all back. Mm-hmm. Like they're gonna have to cover eventually. It's just in Texas we call that stealing. Yep, that's what Wes Christian said. Mm-hmm. One title copied 10 times. Yep. Do you two feel the upcoming reporting requirements happening on Friday after close are more significant than the ending of the FINRA's second set of books change in early September? I don't think that FINRA's ending like the... I mean, they are ending the ADF, but it goes into something else where it's like a T TRF, Trade Reporting Facility. So basically what they're doing is they're with that FINRA 2119 is they're trying to put more transparency on short reporting. So they want all shorts to be reported and the synthetic positions that are created with options, which that would be insane if we could see that. STV, what are your thoughts on if the debt ceiling isn't raised? Then we could be facing a credit downgrade. And if that happens, markets will sell off. Yeah, exactly, CT. And that's how they cover that failure to deliver. Because so that is where the failure to deliver happens. And that's why they have to buy them back. And that's where the buying volume could come in, because they've just shorted shares without having them. So they need to go buy them. And that's why we used to see that cycle of like the T plus 35s and the T plus 21s, because then they would have to go out and buy all of those shares that were like not actually located. Yeah, Houston Wade did that one with the car. Yeah, it might have been him. That's a good one. I do not need new mods. My mods are awesome. Should we still be able to buy shares? Yeah, here's the thing. I've seen a lot of people saying that like real shares don't exist anymore. Not necessarily true, because here's the thing. One, when you see massive price increases or decreases, it entices people to do something with their position. So definitely we've seen some institutions sell that have been holding AMC for a while because they have this massive gain on their books now. So let's say those are real shares and they sell them. But let's say they sell them to me. Then I'm buying real shares. It might be a smaller percentage than the ones that are getting like pumped in through the naked shorting or the synthetic shares that are created. But yeah, there are definitely people that are buying right now that could be actually buying a real share. And we have no way of knowing right now, unless we were to get like a true vote count. We asked every single 4.1 million holder how much they had and could actually verify the amount that they were holding of AMC. Other than that, there's really no way of knowing. And the vote, I don't think is going to tell us, because we've seen Wes Christian come out and say, yeah, like when they do these votes, the proxy companies, if they're getting more votes than they're supposed to, they'll just trim off the top and make the numbers work. So don't hype up this shareholder meeting. They could say something good in it, but I don't think the results of the vote, I think we're really going to have to pay close attention to what they're saying. They might drop us an Easter egg, but I just don't want everybody to get hyped up about it. That's a lie. Nobody is selling this thing. Majority of people are not. Institutions, some of them definitely have. We've seen it in the 13F filings. When's the deadline to vote? 28th, right, Rogue? Deadline to vote, 28th?
I think it's actually the morning of.
Yeah. Also, it doesn't matter if you're buying a real or synthetic. You still have a share. Please hit that like, everyone. We appreciate it. Yeah, if you guys don't mind. Thank you, Hayden.
Because when you sell a share, whether it's synthetic or not, it becomes real when you're selling it. If you bought a synthetic share because it's out there because of these guys, it doesn't matter if you guys are holding a synthetic share. If you sell it, it becomes real and you get the money for that share. It's not on you.
Right. Let's see. So what time is it? We've got about 35 minutes until we get to check threshold list. I mean, again, threshold list doesn't really tell us much other than the fact that there's a wild amount of failure to delivers, which suggests naked shorting. We need to let AA know we will still be here if and after the squeeze happens. I'm sure he may be worried about that. Maybe flood his Twitter with before and after always ape family. Maybe. Yeah, I mean, I'm planning on always owning AMC shares. It's not as much of, I mean, yeah, I definitely want to support the company over the long term, but a lot of it is a screw you to all of these people who have like messed with the market, because that's not what's supposed to happen. So think about, we hold the supply. So if I'm only willing to give up some of my supply, then they can only use what I'm willing to give up in order to cover. So it's like, oh, you can have 70% of what I have. You can't have all of it. So you're saying we don't need to worry about synthetic shares as long as we have it in our brokerage account? Yeah, there's no reason to worry about if the shares that you have in your account are like synthetic or like a real share. And then people have been talking about trying to get like paper stock certificates. One, they don't exist. You can look at it on the website. It's in this book entry system now, which is like electronic, and it's held by like the DTCC. So they should know, but I don't even think they know what they have. Like, they've seen it. Like, if you have watched Wall Street Conspiracy, they like, the DTCC is like completely clueless in a lot of this. But now it seems like they're starting to come around and put out all of these proposed rule changes that could potentially help over the long term. These rule changes, I don't think are going to be like the make or break of the squeeze, but it's setting up for like the market after, if that makes sense. It's like, well, we're putting these things in place now in order to make sure stuff like this can't get so out of hand like it is now. That's why people call it like the mother of all short squeezes, because after this happens, it's very unlikely that a situation like this could happen again unless they find like more loopholes to exploit, which I would not put past them. Yeah, and then another way to do it, to like verify the shares that you have, would be blockchain. But that would take years to implement on the stock market, I think. What price targets do you believe in? I think that this can theoretically go as high as it wants to, because in order to give a solid price target for the AMC short squeeze, you would also have to know how many shares are out there and need to be bought back. And then you would need to do some sort of like calculation to figure out, well, if they start covering here, it's impossible to figure out. It can go as high as it wants to. Until the shorts have fully covered, it can keep trending higher. We don't know the synthetic share count. I'll sell when shorts have covered. Cap ATX, same here, buddy. Let's see. I thought VW went to 10K. It went to 1,000, I think.
Yeah,
like
it was
1,100, I think, was the peak of it. And when we look at, let me see if I can pull up that chart. And this is the type of volatility that we need to prepare for. You need, and it's not like you need to like prepare like for when to sell. No. You need to be emotionally prepared. So let me pull this up. Because these types of price movements are going to freak a lot of people out. And I know a lot of you have seen this, but for those of you guys who have not, this is some things that we need to expect. Like, you just need to prepare for how violent this price movement could go. Okay, so this is the Volkswagen short squeeze chart in 2008. So 200 is right here, 400 right up here. So it jumped to like 300, came back down. Jumped above 400, came back down. Climbed back up over 400. And these are big price moves. Fell 50% to 200. And then rocketed over 1,000. So the fact that we've seen these price movements that we have, yeah, I mean, it doesn't feel good to watch your account go from really high to significantly lower, but this is an example of a big short squeeze, and look at the price. Like, I know you can't compare it like apples to apples and be like, yeah, this is exactly what's going to happen, but this is the type of things that we need to emotionally prepare for once we really start getting into this. Now, it's possible that this is where we're at. This would be me speculating that we're going to look like Volkswagen squeeze. So if for some reason we are actually we are going to look like this Volkswagen squeeze, this is kind of where we're at. Come up, down, way up. But who knows? It could just do this slow like bleed up. When we look at this 6-month chart, it could just do this stair stepping and just keep going. So up, consolidate, down, flat, then rip up higher, come down, flat, and just keep going like that.
Hey, Eric says he wants us to explain Rule 010 to them like they are small children. You want to explain the rule like they're small children?
I would have to read it again, but what they're doing is they're trying to protect. This is very like the most basic you're going to hear it. They're trying to protect against the fallout of a major market event. So if we see something that's to the magnitude of 2008 or even bigger, like a 1929, they're trying to put measures in place and backstops in place to make sure that basically the world economy would be able to recover eventually.
Right.
Because if this all comes out and it's like this wild situation where markets crash, everything like
market collapses.
Yes, everybody loses. Like we see 2008 again. Like people are gonna lose so much faith in the system, and it's people are gonna lose job. Like it's just gonna be like it would be such a bad situation that they're gonna want to avoid, especially after what happened last year, because people are already still struggling.
Yeah.
Like imagine if we come into the end of this year and everything just goes kaplooey again. It's like, well, they're gonna have to print more money. And that's kind of what I think they're trying to avoid. They can't just like keep printing. You're just going to turn on hyperinflation, and that is so bad. Which is why people are talking about gold. Because it preserves your buying power. Because as the dollar weakens and your buying power weakens, gold is going to increase in value and protect that money. And then people also say Bitcoin, but at the same time, like the crypto market is going to move along with the stock market because they're viewed slightly differently.
Right. So basically, the filing, like he just said, is to prevent the market from collapsing and destroying the economy. Basically. And instead of these members that are defaulting, instead of them liquidating their positions and selling it off into the open market, it will go into a holding service, basically, like a pawn shop. And then when they have after they cover their debt obligation, then they can possibly get those, basically their portfolio back.
Mm-hmm.
But if they can't, then it's going to be auctioned off.
Oh, those hedgy tiers are good. Gold, silver, property, tangible assets. Yeah, after the squeeze, I'm going to do a lot of real estate. I've said before that I probably won't be like as deep, like in terms of like percentage of the money that I have into the stock market. I'm still going to be in it. Like there's still money to be made. And it really depends. Like the amount of money that I'm going to put in is going to really depend on what happens with the legislation and the state of the market and how easily manipulated it is after this situation pops off.
Yeah, I'm probably not even
concerned about retail, just banks and hedgies. Yeah.
Yep.
Here's another thing you really got to start watching out for. It like when we're going to start seeing this come off. Houston Wade said this, I think, in the video or after. I'm not sure if he said it when we were recording, but if the banks start coming out and put withdrawal limits on you that you like from an ATM and you can't take out a certain amount of money, that's another sign. If we start seeing more institutions say, yeah, we're canceling portfolio lines of credit, like no more, we're recalling that, that's another bad sign. And we've already started to see some of these things happen. So this is why I'm trying to tell you guys and make these videos and just explain what's going on. It's like, well, everything is kind of pointing to something happening. It doesn't mean that it's going to happen right away, but things are starting to get put into motion that we haven't necessarily seen over the past 8 months.
Mm-hmm. Eric. Basically, Eric, with the what is it? The SFT with the basic pawn shop analogy. When they lend out their shares, or when they pretty much give the SFT all of their securities, they get money for that. So they're receiving cash to take care of their debt obligation when they do that. But then when they come back, they have to pay same amount, or it might even be more, for those shares and everything they put into it. If they can't, then it's going to be auctioned. But I don't know the time frame on that. Plus, the filing hasn't even been approved yet, like STV was saying. So it's all a wait and see game right now. Patience is key.
Yep. The Fed will do everything in its power to prevent another 2008 that will create more and more currency to pump into the markets. Yeah, well, if they do that, it's the Fed doing the same thing that the over-leveraged hedge funds or the institutions have done with their short positions on AMC and GameStop. They're kicking the can down the road. They're finding a short-term solution to a long-term problem.
I got you. It's almost like I can read your thoughts.
Loan money has to pay off short-term debt. I'm not sure what you're talking about there. Let's see.
No, if they pawn their securities, they cannot continue to stay short. I'll stop using the pawn shop analogy, but basically, when a defaulting member, has to liquidate their assets and put them into this SFT clearing service, they receive money for pretty much giving it to that SFT.
SFTs is just securities financing transactions. That's like share lending. So they're creating like that new clearing agency. I'm not sure if the price was actually meant or the name was actually mentioned in it, but yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, what he said. So what is it then? The SFT?
It's securities financing transactions.
Clearing
one
service.
Bug that just annoys me in here. I don't know why there's a bug in this room.
I think TMI shared it. It's like the 2 pages. It says what you just said, and then it says underneath it like clearing service. So it's a service. I don't know what it would identify as, but I'm pretty sure I think it's like it would go to like one of those clearing members.
Right.
Yeah.
Cap ATX. Thank you so much for that super chat, man. Do we know how many shares Volkswagen was during that time? I know 12% of their capitalization it was 12.5% short interest, but I'm not sure if they ever disclosed the amount of shares. But 12% or 12.5% was the reported short interest from when Volkswagen had it squeezed. So, I mean, AMC's is most likely way higher than that. Way higher. And Eric, thank you so much for that super, man. Shout out to all you guys that send in the super chats. You guys don't have to do that. We wouldn't be able to do what we do without you guys. So thank you. STV, this is because Rogue stepped up and gave some feedback. I love him. He needed a little push to step up. Gives this man some swords. Yeah, everybody drops some swords in the chat for Rogue.
You know what?
Yeah, you're right, David.
You gave me a little bit of motivation just now, so I'll be right back.
Yeah, green power. That is what's happening. But then if they can't buy him back, it's I'm gonna have to look more into it. Ben Levine, thank you guys so much for the super chats tonight. Can you look at Barrick and KGC? I'm curious what you think of the barcoding, both gold mining companies, also High Rogue. Thank you for that, Ben. I will take a look at that. Most likely the barcoding is just them manipulating the price. It's just the algos just passing the stocks around. It's the same share just going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Ooh, Jackson, do you want to come on, man? Jackson, I'm going to shoot you a link, buddy. I'm pretty sure that's the real Jackson. I know I sent the message to the real Jackson, so let's see what happens.
Holy.
Can't right now. Yeah, Jackson, I shot you the link. If you want to come on, just hop on. Guys, it's not power half hour yet. We can't be talking about completely wild things yet.
Yeah, that was 40 for the price action that we got today.
Yeah, I mean, GameStop, barcode after hours. What's new, guy? Like, it's just the same stuff every single day. AMC, like, put a barcode, like. Matt Kramer says, I'll come on and share some knowledge. Is your dad Jim?
Oh, yeah, what's up, Jackson?
Oh. Yeah, Lucid. I personally am not. I'm going to keep it to AMC. I'm just going to make one comment. I'm not personally the biggest fan of Lucid yet, just because they've put out these wildly lofty expectations, and I don't think that they can meet them at their price point. I think Rogue has a push-up addiction. Hey, that's a really good addiction to have.
That is a good addiction to have. I got a good feeling.
43%, 32 in options. Yep. Government owned. Yep. Hence they got squeezed. Yeah, 100%, Sean. That is correct. Vix, what do you think about Gensler having a Twitter account? Honestly, I feel kind of bad for the guy.
Oh yeah,
because everybody's just been blowing him up today with messages. You got to think about it. Like with these situations, with the amount of buzz that's been created on just the mainstream media, YouTube, Twitter, everywhere. Obviously they're looking into it. Like if people are making these wild claims, they're gonna take a look. They're not just gonna be like, yeah, no. But yeah, the fact that Gary Gensler's on Twitter, it's awesome. But the thing, I just feel bad for the guy and his messages right now. Hopefully he doesn't have his.
Bro, did you see how quick? Did you see how quick his Twitter blew up?
Oh yeah, that Twitter short squeezed really quick. That's a side to come. Cap ATX, thank you so much for the super. Seeing Rogue do push-ups brings me back to my military days. Go Rogue. FYI, I'm a gal, but my name doesn't help. Thank you for everything. Oh, my bad. Sean Harrington, thank you so much for that big super chat, man. 010 has zero to do with the price of the squeeze, for sure. All it's doing is restricting hedge funds from creating fire sales and protecting the market. They know the hedge funds are effed. This will take the bad guys out. They aren't controlling the price action. Absolutely, Sean.
1000%.
Now, the reason for those fire sales is because of the collateral. Think about this. So the way that they outlined it in the filing was when a lot of these institutions receive cash collateral, they don't just hold the cash, they put it into other securities. Now, in the event that these or the people who have been loaned something cannot fulfill their obligation, they sell off that collateral, and the other institutions are selling in order to generate liquidity. So it creates these two forms of selling. So they're selling off what they put the collateral into, and the institutions are selling to generate liquidity. So it just creates this massive circle of selling volume that they're trying to avoid. And if that starts to really get out of hand, we'll see retail start to take a step back, which if retail sentiment starts to really go, which we've already seen. I showed you guys that Goldman Sachs chart that was tracking retail sentiment. It went from as high to took a steep drop. But remember, Goldman already got out. They were the first ones to go. And the other thing is that some people were like, you talk about the same thing all the time. It's like, yeah, I've been talking about the fact that the market could be correcting for months because of this situation, and institutions are going to be selling. And then the fact that we're seeing like Goldman first one, then Morgan Stanley is coming out, and then Credit Suisse. Who's going to be next? Deutsche Bank, Citigroup? Like who's going to be the next one that comes out and is like, oh yeah, we're getting out too, or we're positioning ourselves in a different way now. Margin maintenance. Dumb money seems to be pretty smart. After all, by holding, we're way underrated. John Smith, I would have to agree with that. Tipsy, you see what happened with TLT today? Yeah. Hold on. 010 is still bad for retail because once AMC squeezes, everything else will be on sale. But in 08, they didn't care about the crash because it only hurt the retail investor. Yeah, I don't know. You guys should have different AMC and GME investors on no other channel. Are doing it would be cool to hear other random people hear what they have to say, maybe swap out every 10 minutes. Yeah, Micah, we can figure that out. The only issue is with inviting people on that we don't know what they're going to say. And with the events that have taken place after the last 2 weeks with the bans, we don't even really know why people's channels gotten taken down. It's like,
you have to be really hesitant.
As something. There's like hot words that like we can't say. And people that aren't like content creators don't know that there are some things that if you say it, you get flagged.
Yeah.
So yeah, we love to talk to people, but we can't have, because then you don't have like any of us anymore. It's like, well, we don't have have no platform. We can't spread any information anymore. Zero.
And you, STV, programmed me.
I programmed Rogue.
That way I don't use these hot words.
SQ for earnings. Tipsy. SQ usually's got a lot of premium baked in.
You like during these times that's going on with what's going on with YouTube. Everyone's going to be very hesitant for letting anyone come up on their channel.
Yeah, 010 and 803 are basically market related, but people are tying them into the AMC situation, which it's not necessarily a leap, because when you think of fire sales and margin calls, yeah, a short squeeze is going to cause those things to happen. But it could be an unrelated event that kicks this off. That's what I've been saying too. There are so many different factors flowing around right now that if one thing starts to set off another thing, that they all have the same cause of like liquidation and sell-off, then that rule is going to be really important, and they better hope that they get that implemented and effective right away. That's also going to be really telling as to when they think everything is going to pop off. Like if this rule gets implemented like that, you know that they're really worried about something, because the fact that they've even just put the rule out suggests that they're worried about something happening.
Right. Exactly. And that's what makes me even more bullish.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. People have said that they're going to blame retail for a market crash, and here's what I would like to say to that. With the MOAS money, I think I can afford a nice pair of noise canceling headphones.
Hey man, I've already put out a video that has like 36,000 views. I'm literally waiting for the media to pull it up. That's directed directly towards the media.
It's glitching right now.
Anyone that's watching this as part of the media, go look at my Twitter. That's directly to you and all you media folk.
Yeah, let me look. Can you look at Vortex shares on loan from 90 million to 8 million? That's not what happened. The shares on loan, I'm looking at AMC right here. Shares on loan right now at the top bar is 95 million. but the current amount of shorted shares is 80 million. So that means that there's shares on loan that have not necessarily been shorted. But remember, these are delayed numbers by 2 weeks. This is the settlement date is July 15th. So all of this information has changed. This just gives us a brief little snapshot into what's being reported on that specific day. It doesn't even matter for July 14th, July 13th, 12th, anywhere going before that. It just matters on that specific day when they're reporting, because it changes all the time. Danny Burke, thank you so much for that super chat, man. If 100 million shares are known to be sold short interest, and there's 50 million synthetics, how would they cover if they would have to buy 1.5 shares to cover one share? Okay, so here's how I see it working if they have to cover a wild amount of synthetics too. They would have to buy a lot of those shares to close out that position, but then they would have to go out and like rebuy them again, if that makes sense. So when they buy to close out that position, remember, it's still just a loaned out share. So somebody else still has the ownership of it, but there's like 2 people or more people that own the same block of shares, because multiple shares can get sent out on loan multiple times. So it's this domino effect of they just keep having to go through. And remember that all of these institutions know what they have on their books. They know, but they don't know what the other people have. So they know how much they have to cover. The other people know how much they have to cover, and they're just going to do what they need to do. And it'll just keep going until they've covered their position enough, until they're like, yeah, we're good now. So hopefully that answered that question. Yeah, shout out to the mod squad. You guys are awesome. Yeah, do you check the short interest level of Volkswagen AM? Yeah, it's 12.5%. Do you follow short exempts? I'm going to start looking more into these short exempts. I saw Randall's video with something Demon, True Demon, I think he was. And he was trying to look at the trends between FTDs and when the short exempts start to pop up. I'm gonna have to go watch that video again, but when I was watching it the first time, it sounded very interesting. Do you think the squeeze will happen after hours or during market hours? I think it's going to be a multiple day or multiple week event. So what is exactly delayed with Ortex? So the return shares are, because there's a settlement period.
T+2, right?
Yeah, so there's a T+2, because say you cover a position, you cover a short. So now that transaction has to settle, and then it can get returned. So that's kind of where the delay comes from. So what I would have to look at, though, is that do the borrowed shares have to settle? Because there's not really a transaction taking place. There's a loan amount. So it could be that we're seeing the return shares come in from 2 days ago, but the borrowed shares that we're seeing are from like today. So like the whole thing is just jacked up. But it still gives us our nice baseline of where we think we're at with the short interest. And it is very probable that the short interest is multiple times higher than what we're seeing. STV, any tinfoil? Ooh, let me see. No, I mean, the only tinfoil is that all of the large institutions are figuring out a way to let the ETS and some of the market keep riding while they dump on the way up in order to generate some liquidity, in order to position themselves short for the incoming market event. Now, they would have a better idea of when that's going to happen, but Goldman's already done it. So, I mean, Goldman's usually ahead of everybody, and they're the most nefarious. What would be the average volume for the highest squeeze days? I have no idea. It could be like, because we saw, I think it was 1.2 billion on the day that the buy button got turned off, but it wasn't a full day of trading. It like got up to 1.2 billion and then stopped. For both of you, how will you pay it forward if when this squeeze happens? I'm personally looking to donate a lot of the money, or some like the money that I want to donate, a lot of that money to the special needs day camp that I used to work at in the summer.
And so I'm going to be donating
on putting a lot of
portion to helping veterans. Helping veterans or veterans and combat inflicted veterans as well.
FTDs, ETFs hiding. I don't really get how you can hide an ETF or hide an FTD in an ETF, because an FTD is really just a marker for a transaction. It's like, oh yeah, this transaction failed to deliver. It's like how many shares were actually failed to deliver. It doesn't make a lot of sense in my mind. And I haven't seen anything that's convinced me otherwise. Robinhood knows better now. Oh, okay. I mean, that's some wishful thinking. Yeah, you saw that?
Did you read the one that I read?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, that's great. Oh. Yo, do you think this mustache is getting too long? You think it needs to go?
Yours?
Yeah.
No, I think you're good.
Oh, okay, good.
They're too busy robbing the hood. Yeah, they are. The problem is with Robinhood is that I don't think, here's the thing. Everybody blames Robinhood as being like the big bad guy in what happened in January. What the real issue is that there were other brokers too. So if there were other brokers too, then it wasn't just Robinhood. So it wasn't something they did. They did turn it off for longer than a lot of them. Very true. What they did was still terrible. That's not something that should happen. But it was like a liquidity issue and a clearinghouse issue, that they couldn't process the amount of transactions because the price was so volatile that the transactions would just change. Like it was just wild. So they had to turn off the ability to buy because they had problem executing those trades. So do I think they could do it again? They better not, because they're a public company and their share price is going to go through the floor. Also, they're IPOing tomorrow. We should probably talk about that a little bit, but
yeah,
I'm not going anywhere near it. I don't really want to give it that much attention because who cares? I'm not interested in investing in Robinhood. So,
not interested.
Larry, thank you so much for that super chat. Let's say the market actually does crash badly. Is there any way, shape, or form that we AMC holders can somehow lose our money, like if the banks run? Well, Larry, what you need to think about is that one, there's FDIC insurance, and then there's it's either SIPC or it's SPIC insurance. I'm not sure which one it is. SIPC or SPIC. I'm not sure which comes first, the I or the P. That insures your brokerage account. Let me make sure that's correct. But FDIC insures $250,000 of your dollars per bank. So we're kind like you could put it into assets. Like you could just buy bonds or you could do something else. I mean, nothing's financial advice, but there are ways to do it. One, honestly, talk to a financial advisor because they're going to know this type of stuff. If you suddenly have millions of dollars, you could easily get into contact with a high net worth financial advisor and they'll be like, here's what you do, this, and this. If I want to protect it in this way, they're like, yep, do this. How do I lower my maybe tax obligation? Well, they'll be like, yep, you can do this and this, but you can't do this. Talk to professionals about how to handle that. You're going to need really good accountant. Also, don't skimp out on an accountant, because if you pay for a really good one and they're able to save you a lot more money, then it's 100% worth it. Probably going to want a tax lawyer or just some legal counsel. And then if you want, you can always get into contact with a financial advisor. So hopefully that answered your question. Robinhood seems like a perfect. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just not going near it. Like, what's the point? What's the point of going and giving Robinhood attention on their IPO? Because if everybody's talking about it, people are going to be like, oh, let's invest in it. But if nobody says anything and nobody knows, I mean, I'm violating that right now, but people were asking. So, but if nobody notices and nobody knows it's happening, I mean, nobody's going to really put any money into it, because if you don't know what's happening, how are you going to know to put money into it? What about the Chinese market crash? Will it cause the squeeze? It could. Because you use it. I use Robinhood. Yeah, nope. Let's see. It was their marketing stunt. It could be. Gio says STV is my face too ugly to come on your live stream. That's what TMI and Rogue told me already. Gio, I don't think I've ever seen your face, so I wouldn't know.
Me neither.
I mean, look at me. I'm on stream.
True.
Vanguard, yeah, that's a good one. Vanguard, the problem is that a lot of these brokers are still going to route to Citadel and or Virtue, and those orders are still going to go in the dark pool unless you direct to exchange. Like you literally like mark your order to go directly to the exchange, and you're going to pay for it because there's going to be a wider bid-ask spread. STV and Rogue, what are the 3 things you have enjoyed most about the whole AMC movement? First thing, that everybody is getting more educated and financially literate.
Yeah,
and people are waking up to things that are going on. That's probably my most favorite thing, because that's something I've thought about.
That is my favorite too. That's one of them, because like you just said, people are waking up to things that, you know, we've thought for so long, like with the media. Like I've thought so long, you know, you're taught from a young age that, hey, whatever's on the news is factual. When in reality, you should research, because it might not actually be as factual as you think. So that's what I learned for these past 7 months. That's one thing. And then the other thing is I enjoy getting to know a lot of you, everyone that I have. Ooh. And I enjoy being part of something that is bigger than myself.
Right.
That's 2 things.
I don't know. I'm going to think about it for the rest of the stream, and if a couple more of them pop in, I will mention them.
Oh, yeah, and then one more. The friends that I've made along the way that I probably would have never met outside this.
Yeah.
Like STV, I probably never would have met you, bro.
Exactly.
So
that's my number 2 as well. Sean, this is a very interesting super chat. Thank you so much for sending this in, Sean. BlackRock Advantage Small Cap Core Fund Institutional Shares. Why do they make these names so long? Just call it like BlackRock Fund 4 or something. Shares just reported second quarter 2021, 448,000 shares at $11.7 million. It's a good buy there.
I think that was 3.
Let me refresh. Hold up. I think the short interest changed on me when I was here, because I don't think it was minus 3.28%. I hate when it does that. Ron, thank you so much for that super chat. I'm proud of you both. Your causes are admirable, and watching what everyone else is going to do. For me, it's important to pay it forward. Thank you. Thank you, Ron.
Yeah, and then I guess one of my, I guess this is like one of the main things. I am glad that I am able to reach so many people on the knowledge that I know and understand, just like many others like STV, and we're actually making a difference. So that's one of the things too. So I appreciate that the most.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, thanks to all you guys sending in those great super chats. Thank you to all you guys who are liking the video and are going to like it in the future. You guys are awesome. And shout out to everybody that's just coming in to hang out tonight. Let's see. BlackRock is going to monopolize the entire market, allegedly. I mean, that's their goal. Like, think about what the goal of these institutions are. They're to become as big as possible, make the most money as possible. So their goal is to really just get as much capital as possible. The problem is, though, is that when you get up to these really high numbers of how much money you're managing and you have to go then deploy it, it's really like you're going to move markets in big ways. Like, say you're not going to trade in a stock like Apple, and you want to go into like a small cap stock or a penny stock that you see promise in. If you go to make a really large purpose, you're going to really influence the market. So they have to deal with a lot of that as well. So when you get too big, it's almost a burden, if that makes sense. Sion, thank you for the super. Will shareholder meeting talk about the share count? Yes, it will. I'm not expecting the share count to come out and say, yeah, there's more shares out there than there should be. I'm not expecting that to happen. That doesn't mean that that's not true. Like, it doesn't mean that
I mean, didn't they do that though?
Shares. What's up?
Didn't they already do that with the June? Like, they already came out with the shareholder count and the shareholder
the shareholder count, but not the vote count.
Right. Okay. Yeah. No, they haven't come out with the vote count, but with the shareholder count and the amount of shares that retail owns.
Yeah, it's not about
over
the stock,
400,000
as a whole. It's a fundamental meeting. Yep, and the fundamentals of the company have been strong over the past 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
No, but an audit could happen. Yeah, you're right. Let's see. Can someone explain to me what level 2 is and its importance? I have a smooth brain that needs wrinkles. Okay, so level 2 data, it just shows you, like, so let's just say you're looking at, and you click the buy button and you want to put in an order. You're going to see the current bid and ask spread of any given stock, option, or anything. So that's what you're seeing. It's going to move. So you're going to see the bids go up or down. You're going to see the asks go up and down, depending on what people are willing to buy and what are willing to sell at. What level 2 allows you to do is you can see deeper than that. So other than just seeing what the current highest bid and lowest ask are, you can see how many shares people are willing to buy at lower prices on the bid side and higher. And so that's what people are willing to buy at lower prices on the bid side, and what people are willing to sell at lower price or higher prices on the ask side. So we can see here for AMC's level 2 data at the close, there's 324 shares being on the ask at $410 a share, and there's 2 shares at $2,500 a share. That doesn't mean that those orders are going to get executed. That's just what people have put in their orders for. Somebody would have to come in and buy it. Unknown name, thank you so much for that super chat. Oh, 2 of them. Thank you. NSCC, DTCC is going to enable other hedge funds, firms, corporations to be able to invest into AMC and GameStop without fear of triggering a short squeeze.
Wait, what?
They have been avoiding it due to a possible market crash or fire sale by Citadel liquidating their other positions to cover their short positions. Second one, yes. First one, see, that's not. I don't necessarily agree with that, because BlackRock has a boatload of shares. Vanguard has a boatload of shares. We've seen big institutions take large positions on AMC, and it hasn't triggered the squeeze. So yeah, I don't think I necessarily agree with that interpretation. But if you have a specific section in the filing, unknown name, send me it and I will take a look at it.
Right. So my whole thing is, though, remember, it's all about supply and demand. We have the supply. They're the ones that are demanding for the supply. So with that being said, they can't just cover their shorts. Like, it's not just as easy as me saying, oh, they're covering their shorts. They have to buy the shares from, what is that? They have to buy the shares from all of us. Is that actually him?
Bleep bloop. Hello,
Blue blue.
hello.
Hello, hello.
What's up, buddy?
What?
Chilling. How you guys doing?
Doing
Doing all right?
solid.
You just. I was like from that movie Up. The squirrel. When I saw your message in the chat, I just lost all my train of thought.
I was like, throw some dabs in the chat. Let's see what's going on. How you guys doing?
We're doing good.
I heard you guys talking about BlackRock and Vanguard. What's going on there?
Yeah. So unknown name is trying to. He has an interpretation of the new NSCC rule where
Which one?
yeah, he just dropped another super. Hard to communicate via super chat. Basically, they were avoiding triggering the short squeeze prior due to fire sales and other assets they have. Okay, so unknown name. I see where you're coming from with this, but that's really to protect the overall market from coming down. The proposed rule change doesn't really have anything to do with AMC. It's just unrelated. And so he's saying now they can trigger the short squeeze without worrying that their other assets will be affected negatively while Citadel liquidates the cover. Okay, fair.
Okay, I like that one.
That is fair.
I like this
So
message.
what was his first part?
Okay, I'll read them all. It was let me look. So the
hey,
rule
sorry,
is
I
going to
didn't see the
enable other
messages.
hedge funds, firms, corporations to be able to invest in AMC or GameStop without fear of triggering the short squeeze. Now, I think what he's saying is that the fear of putting money in to potentially put the buying volume in to get it up to a price where it could trigger a short squeeze is that their other investments would get adversely affected because of the fire sales that would be like produced by that due to all of like those liquidations that would come. So I see where he's coming from with that, but I think that's applying it directly to AMC and GameStop when I think there's other factors at play that it could be like.
I think that that this was, so to his point, I can see a situation where somebody would say that the hedge funds lobbied for this to be pushed. Right? Where it's like, okay, so hold on a second. If we could then put our most viable assets on loan, do this MOAS, get this stuff out of the way, ride it up, hopefully ride it back down, come out net even, if not potentially even on top, and then get our assets back, we're good.
Exactly.
If they can get it done before the next earnings, before the shareholders, like I can see a world where that exists, right?
I could as well.
I can also see a world where, you know, if it turns out that they can find a solution where they can then they could potentially try to make this thing squeeze several times. Because if we're making money on the way up and they're making money on the way down, this could go on for a while where it's just bound. Like, remember how before we were saying this can go up and down like crazy? If they don't have to worry about selling things off and they can just play with not house money, but like there's no time limit on these loans from what I can see, they can really just.
I see where you're coming from. Pretty much when they're done,
like if
when they cover all their short positions, they can just.
They can buy long in the money calls and make a good amount of money going up. They're still going to lose billions.
And then they can make money on the way down as well.
And then short on the way down as well and see if they come out even and then see what happens, right? So like I can see that. Makes
a lot of sense.
I can see that world.
The only issue is that if that happens, we all unknown name says bingo. All right, cool. I'm glad we got your point across. He says I would love to explain it better. Yeah, I think we get where you're coming from. The only issue is that. So first off, that still doesn't mean it's a controlled squeeze. But if we end up getting filthy rich, but they just kind of let it happen.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, let's just get this out of the way and do what we were going to do anyway. It's like, the market didn't become more fair because of this.
No, exactly. And there's two things. One is that. The second thing is retail will, and this part is going to sound bad, but if you're offended, then you probably know that I'm true. Retail is still going to be retail. We're still going to be amateur traders, the uneducated. We're still going to be riding a high. We're still going to feel invincible. They're going to come for us after this is done. So, wow, I just heard that in my head. I can't say it like that. They're going to go after us so hard after this is finished. It's going to be crazy. They're going to give people the opportunity to try to double down on this. They're going to give us another short squeeze opportunity. Like, they're going to try to trap retail with all that money sitting in our accounts before we transfer out. They're going to try to loop us into the next big thing. I'm telling you from now, watch it. After the MOAS, they're going to try to trap millions of people into something else again. I don't know what it's going to be.
Well, they can try all they want.
I'm telling you, once you get your money, leave the casino. Take a day or two, leave,
Yes.
walk outside the casino. Do not stand there, go get a drink, and come back to the same table.
Hey,
That's not how
STV,
this
what are you
works.
doing again? When you make your money? What's the first thing, or what are you going to be doing?
The buy Miami thing?
Oh no, the 30-day thing.
Oh yeah, just wait on it for 30 days.
Yep.
What's
I'm
that?
just going to hold it for 30 days.
All the money?
Yeah.
Yeah, just hold it. Just get used to it.
Just to get used to it.
Just take a look at it. Be like, oh, this is cool.
Yeah.
Sit there
I'm
with it.
calling my broker immediately and asking him to lock my account.
Yeah, but then how do you unlock it?
Immediately lock my account. How do I unlock it? When my mom calls. Only
me too,
once
I
my
guess.
mother calls. If you don't hear Mrs. Mask call, do not. It's a wrap.
I'm trying to think of where I had a thought, and it was a good thought. I just lost it though. That kind of stinks.
Must have been a bad thought.
No, it's a good one. It's definitely a good one. I'm trying to look because I thought something in the chat sparked it, but apparently not.
Maybe it was something TMI said. Here, redo what you just said.
No.
Just redo it.
Yeah, like honestly, at
I
this
don't know
point,
why, but-
I know what it is. When we're looking at these, like the DTCC version and the NSCC version, like 803 and 010, I think it is.
Yeah.
If we see these rules get implemented like that,
Yeah.
we know that they're ready for something big to happen.
Yep.
Because already, I think I said this before, it's like already the fact that these rules are coming out, that they can do this with their positions in order to like try to prevent a major market collapse. They know something's up, but if they get this rule passed like really quick, it could suggest that we could be right around the corner of something happening. It doesn't have to be the short squeeze, but something could potentially be happening.
I can see that. Yeah, well,
Things for
there's
sure.
so that one. Yeah. You're right, because now anything can get passed immediately because 006, right?
Mhm.
Like anything can just
Yes.
get passed in an instant.
Mhm.
People are gonna be frustrated with how fast these guys bounce back, and that's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
As long as we can cash out people, don't worry too much about the hedge funds.
Right.
The longer this goes on, the more I'm realizing, like, okay, you know what? They are going to figure out a way to bend rules, make new ones, or figure out something to live to see another day, which is fine as long as you just pay me my money.
Yeah, that kind of goes along with what we were saying, that they were trying to delay until they could figure out a way so that they could stay in business.
That's it, because they still have people that invested in their company. And the funny thing is, as badass as we, and I'm gonna make a video on this.
Ooh.
Let me just zoom in to make sure people can know that I'm serious for this one.
Snap.
As bad as we think these hedge funds are, as bad as we think these financial institutions are, their clients are the truly evil ones. We don't know who half of these clients are. The money that goes into these financial institutions is coming from clean money. Yeah, of course. Clean money, but also dirty money. We don't know what countries these are coming. Like, we don't know. We can see what it says on paper. We actually don't know where the money is coming from. So when we see these people losing billions of dollars, the people that they owe money to are the scary ones. The fact that they haven't done this yet, to me, is saying, hold on a second. Either you guys are this stupid, one, you guys are this intelligent, meaning you guys figure something out that we don't know yet, or three, you guys know you guys are going to see some like, I don't know, it's kind of very tinfoil hat, but it's like you can end up seeing a lot of people getting into a lot of car accidents when this thing starts going off. And we'll just watch the news. It's going to be stupid.
Yeah. who was it? Was it Deutsche Bank or Credit Suisse that was the money laundering one? That they were money
It
laundering.
was Credit Suisse, I think.
Was it Credit Suisse?
I want to say it was Credit Suisse.
Hey, Credit Suisse is the one that got caught. Trust me, they're
That's
all
true.
doing it.
Oh,
They're
HSBC
all
was another
doing it.
one. They're all
Yes.
doing it.
JP Morgan is another one.
It's
like,
money.
they're
Money's
all
money to them. It's like,
doing it.
you're gonna give us money,
Football,
we're gonna
yeah,
take it.
Football is the soccer.
Football.
UK football, American soccer, is the dirtiest sport for money laundering. Like by far, hand over fist,
yeah.
the dirtiest one. JP Morgan being involved potentially in creating a super league of the highest, most viable teams in Europe together and single-handedly funding it. Like, to me, that's just like, you are the dirtiest person out here right now.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh God. But hey, we're still winning.
Exactly. Oh, CT, thank you so much for that. Super. Is there a provision in the rules requiring disclosure of the change of custody of a large amount of securities? Will retail know when the hedge is pawned?
Interesting.
It would probably come out in like a 13F, but remember, those are
30
so
days later.
late.
Yeah, that'd be late.
And
That's
then,
good. That's
yeah,
good.
that would be a smart thing to look at.
But I wonder if there's anything else that would tip us off ahead of time.
That would be something to look at.
Yeah, we wouldn't have to have some sort of whistleblower.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah,
good
that
question.
is a good one. Unknown name says apes are missing the importance of NSCC 10 unrelated to AMC or GameStop. It's going to allow hedge funds / firms to attack each other's short positions.
Huh?
Yeah, I'd have to read. Yeah. Unknown name. Send me a message on Twitter.
Yeah, give me a phone call.
Get into that.
Just call me. Let's talk
Yeah,
about this.
like
This guy's asking me some crazy questions.
Some
Yo, who
wild
are you?
claims. I would
Yeah,
because I think you can back them up too. So I'd love to see the evidence.
Who are you? I want to know your real name. Coming from the guy in the mask. No, that's good stuff.
Yeah, this is gonna get interesting. We're starting. Wow, I'm excited. We're starting to see the moves start to happen. Every single time I see somebody come out and being like, "Yep, we're repositioning," or "We project a sell-off," or "We've sold all of this," it's like we're getting there.
Would you describe this as brick by brick?
I would.
Ooh.
I would.
I like this. I like this a lot. Mind you, this crypto news, this could happen at any. This is just a BOM, what?
I think you glitched out a little bit.
It is wild right now.
I think you glitched out a little bit, buddy.
Oh, did I?
T-Mike, can you hear me?
Hello. Am I back?
Can you hear me? Yeah, you glitched out for a little bit.
Am I back now?
Yeah, Rogue, can you hear me?
What? Who?
Rogue can hear me. TMI, I don't think TMI can hear me.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, all right, cool.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, you just glitched out for a second.
Can you hear me now?
Oh
Yep.
boy, we're doing this.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we're good now.
Rogue sleep, man. I was on my phone, man. I live on my phone. I'm always answering you guys.
Kima, you good? Yeah, all good.
Yeah, TMI's back now. Wait, theoretically, when the Fed puts out derivative leverage numbers on Friday, then what? I don't think they actually are. That's the FRY 15. But when I was looking at it, there's like when you read the language of like how those filings come out, there's like it's really like broad language, but it looks like those come out 50 days after a certain reporting date. One of them's in March. One of them is in June.
You got it.
Yeah, I'm good. I had a personal glitch.
Technical difficulty.
So this July 30th date doesn't match up with the March or June 50-day time period because it's at the end of both of those months. So I think that's where because he came out again and said there was holes in the due diligence. So I don't think it's actually coming out then. But we are getting the assets and liabilities of commercial and retail banks, I'm pretty sure. Let's see. Oh my. Okay. It is like 6 minutes till power half hour, and you guys couldn't contain yourselves.
It is what it is. do, 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 do. Good stuff. I absolutely love that. Love to hear it.
Oh, alrighty. I'm stoked because I met a fellow ape today. Total stranger, new doctor. Fifi, that's really cool.
That's dope.
I've just recruited people. I haven't met anybody that's like, oh, are you an AMC? I'm an AMC. No, I haven't had that yet, which it'll come.
That's what she said. What time is it again? Oh, 9:25. Oh, okay. Sorry. My apologies.
Boy.
A bit too early. Yeah, I think I've met people who are invested. It's amazing, and I've met people who are like who know everybody. I actually told my friend. He's like, yeah, this guy. I follow him online. His name is Matt. And then I was just like, really? Oh, you like him? Like, yeah. He has a lot of good information. He puts a lot of live. I was like, interesting. What does he do? And she's like, oh well, he talks a lot, he makes all these jokes, and he loves animals. I was just like, oh, okay, cool.
What kind of animals?
Cool, man. Yeah, no idea that he was like on this like AMC journey. I'm like, okay, so you're just getting started. Like you're picking it up slowly but surely. You're getting into the community. He hasn't quite figured out what the stock thing is of it. But he's just like this guy who talks a lot, makes jokes with animals. I'm like, what are you watching that for? Is it just like entertainment for you? Like, are you listening at all? He's like, that's kind of in the background. But I'm like, okay. So over time, he'll slowly start to pick it up. So I'm like, you know what?
Does he know what you're doing?
No idea.
Ooh,
no
that's fun.
idea. A few friends know. But they just found out like 2 weeks ago.
That's
about
cool.
A week ago.
I don't think I told any of my friends. Yeah, I didn't tell anybody until I had like 2K.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I don't want people like I just don't want the noise.
Right.
I know what you mean. Do you guys follow? He's always talking about his mall showing a massive run up in August. Hey man, look, I got September calls, so if he wants to show a massive run up in August, I would absolutely love that. This is the thing, honestly, guys. I don't care who has predictions anytime. If they're predicting for a run up before my call options expire, I'm happy.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, like I'm not gonna hate on them. I hope they're right. I can't stand by it, but if it supports my call options, then more power to them.
I think with my calls, it covers most everybody's expectations.
Oh yeah, especially the ones that I got today.
Yeah.
Ooh, I am.
Those are going to be sweet.
Absolutely okay. Wait, what?
I don't get it.
Hey man,
clickbait. What?
This is so much clickbait right now. Look at this.
Follow the money.
A late night fix with Short the Vix and special guests.
Maybe if you came on in the very beginning when we were talking about it, we're still talking about AMC. We went through the whole money trail of how money is flowing. So if you want to see that stuff, go back to the beginning.
Ooh, someone said Rogue looks like Aaron Rodgers with that big mustache.
Double check.
AMTZ says he's got 145 calls for this week. I wish you the best of luck.
Oh, you know who I spoke to? Maybe this is not the time. Not like a huge, but like a guy who's been bubbling up behind the scene. Do you remember somebody who said the squeeze starts today? A few weeks ago when we went on a huge rip.
Yeah.
I don't remember that person.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Can you type it?
Yeah. Shot me a message. So we'll connect. I want to talk to you guys about that.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, we'll do something like light, like nothing too crazy, nothing too in depth, nothing too tinfoil hat. Just like, I think we'll have fun with it.
Interesting.
Forget what his name is. Give me a second here. I'm not even trying to be discreet. Sam. His name is Sam. Let me see here.
Astro?
That guy, Astro.
Yeah. I think I've spoken. No, I have spoken to him before in the Discord, in
There you
a
go.
Discord.
Yeah.
Him
He just
and
I've been
Biggums.
following him for a minute, and yeah, because he makes like I don't know, I don't watch the videos long enough and deeply enough to see where he gets his information from.
Hmm.
But something he's doing, I don't know if it's all the time or just some of the time. Something he's doing is working for him, and he does not filter himself for the camera
Bro, no, he does not.
whatsoever. Like that's the only part where I'm kind of like, okay, we'll have to figure that part. Like we'll have to pre-record it to
I
make sure
popped in
that
on one of his streams one time. I
that's a
think he was.
wild boy.
It was like it
He is
was.
a
It was one of his
wild,
first ones on YouTube. I
yeah.
think it was one of those. So he was just starting out on there. I'm like, so
We got a question for TMI.
uh,
Clavius, thank you for the super. TMI, when you do early morning streams before brushing your teeth, do you smell your breath in the mask?
Oh yeah. Know what that smells like?
Tendies?
Smells like
I
chicken
really don't
tendies in
want to
the
hear.
morning.
I don't want to know what it smells like, honestly. I don't know what you're doing.
You're gonna find out. Doo-doo-doo.
bro, I don't know what it is, but like the 28th, isn't that the day that the
What up, Daniel?
shareholder meeting? Isn't that it?
The 5th. Oh wait, sorry, shareholder meeting.
Shareholders 29th, I believe.
That's a Friday, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I have a feeling something's awesome is gonna happen. Like the
Well, we have
28th.
the
Bro,
Fed's releasing.
I've been saying not to hype it up.
Bro, I'm just saying. I don't know what it is about that day, but I'm excited for Wednesday, and I don't know why.
Oh, I'm excited for Wednesday too.
Yeah.
Wednesday's gonna be awesome. Cole Gidley, thank you so much for the super. What are your thoughts about the True Demon interview, especially regarding short exempt and the T cycles? I saw bits and pieces of that interview, but what I saw looked like pretty strong info. But you have to be careful about is like causation versus correlation.
Yep.
So we don't know if anything's actually causing something else, or if they're just correlated, then they happen.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a great way of putting it. Actually, I don't think I need to add anything to that. That's very well said.
Cool.
If I were to add something to that, I think that there's a ton of information there that was speculative that I believe will light the match to somebody who finds the next step.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was a brilliant conversation, very eye-opening, a lot of information that I did not know, a lot of information that he admittedly said he couldn't prove, but he was looking for like one more piece, right? Where it feels like he's on the verge on wrapping this whole thing. You know what I mean? That's what it sounds like.
That you're right.
So I don't want to get ahead of it, but just like, because until it means something, it doesn't mean anything, but it sounds and looks like a lot of information that's pretty valuable once you figure out how to use it.
What was it?
Yeah, I would agree. I'm probably gonna have to I'll probably watch that again when I'm like.
Oh, you're talking about Randall's video?
Maybe we should watch it on Thursday or Wednesday.
Yeah, Wednesday would be good. If we got some downtime.
Oh yeah, we can watch it on a Zoom call.
Yeah. Ooh, there's a funny account now in the chat, but it's TMI related. See, all of your parody accounts come over to mine, and then all of my parody accounts go over to yours.
I missed it.
I
Tomorrow.
guess someone.
Yeah. Which one?
Someone named like their account Rogue's Lawnmower on Twitter, and I guess they got banned. I don't know why, but they said they got banned. So sorry to hear that, buddy. I don't know why you would get banned.
5 million shares were failed to deliver, then borrowed on Bloomberg terminal by Virtue. Okay. One, I don't think we've seen proof that 5 million amount was actually borrowed by Virtue. I don't think I've seen it.
That is correct.
That was all speculation. 2, where is this?
By me.
Hold on, where'd it go?
That
Where
was
did it go?
speculation by me, the
And then
source.
I don't think we know the FTD
By
data
me.
from when that happened. Sent over my Discord info if you want to hear my explanation. Awesome. We'll definitely take a look at that. Thank you so much, unknown name.
Good stuff, buddy.
Oh, hey, dude. Hey, guess what it is? It's a power half hour.
Oh boy. Let's. We almost got a toned down power half hour.
Oh, snap. I mean, as long as
y'all
we
three
don't read
live in
them,
the
like...
attic, if y'all three live together, and TMI is in the attic, well, he's just upstairs in this
Yeah, he's
really
in
nice
his
walk-in
room.
closet. Does that
Yep.
mean he's on top?
That's right.
But yeah.
Yeah, and then I'm in the middle.
Sorry,
then
I'll go back to
STV
STV,
at the
your jug,
bottom.
babysitter, or potty break. Oh, it's all one account. That's less fun.
Rogue is Elmer Fudd.
We have Long in here too. What's up, Long?
That was me. I had both my accounts linked to the same number. No, it disappeared. Couldn't read it.
Oh.
Oh God, you guys are getting wild.
Rogue is Elmer Fudd.
I mean, I am in the basement, and it's cold down here, which is why I'm always in a hoodie.
Y'all got jokes.
No,
Y'all got jokes.
Matt doesn't live with us.
Well,
Hey,
we'll see.
STV.
What's up?
You did you send an invite to anyone else?
In the big chat?
Like, here, hold on. Let me see.
Yeah, be
Yeah, never
careful.
mind. No, you didn't.
Hold on. What was that, Rogue? I'm confused.
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I'm confused.
You guys got some good jokes, though. I'm enjoying this. This is hilarious.
Yeah, you guys are always killing it with the jokes. Hold up.
Do any of you sit when you pee? Of course. Who doesn't?
What did he say?
He said, "Does any of you sit when you pee?"
Oh, what the?
Oh my
Hold
God,
up.
Eric.
Hold up. I just went to go read Rogue's message. And I received a message from TMI. Didn't we just go over this last night, buddy? Does this mean I have to block you now?
Wait, what? Message from what? Huh?
Go in the
Oh,
chat
yeah.
with me and Rogue.
No,
I just opened
I
it,
sent
and
you,
I was like, what?
I sent you. Don't open that up on your screen. Don't.
Oh,
Bro, I
don't
need to
worry.
remove this
I
from my screen.
clicked out of that real quick.
Did you see what I said though?
Okay, I deleted
Not
You see-
yet, because I clicked out of it really quick.
Oh, you have to read where I said.
No,
Because
I'll read it. I'll read it after.
Oh,
So,
okay.
wait,
I
answer
pulled
the
it- I
question.
pulled it
Did
from a
you-
I pulled it from a different thing that you're in.
I still don't know what Rogue's question is.
Yeah.
I
What's
sent
your
you a question.
I'm
Okay,
not
one
okay.
second.
Just type it in this private thingy.
All right.
Yeah. Why would you send it? Why would you send it there?
Yeah,
Meanwhile,
why you trying to bait me? Oh,
seems like fun if we were included. Mike V's telling it how it is.
yeah. What up, Mike V? TMI takes the crust off of his sandwich.
No, I do not, sir. Right there, crust on my sandwich.
Vix, when you do laundry, do you put on TMI's mask just to try? No, I don't. I couldn't handle all of that power.
With great power comes great responsibility.
True.
Nobody cared who I was until I put on the mask. The Rogue lawnmower was me, but it's all linked to one phone number and account is still alive, but I can't figure out how to authenticate it. I'm not tech smart. Oh, okay. Well, good luck, man.
Hey TMI. Jay Engel is asking for your only fans again.
Oh yeah,
Again.
OnlyFans. Short _ the _ DIX? No? All right. We tried. What did Sean say? He said when we something.
Rogue looks like he'll be a aggressive big spoon. Oh god.
Oh, I'm 100% down. Yeah. Well, you know what? So this week we're gonna have a conversation together about getting that round table. We're gonna set it up.
Yeah.
Round table.
Sorry?
What?
Does it actually have to be a table that's round?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Ah, damn.
Yeah, it gotta be.
Where though?
Ooh, 2K. TMI, you still gotta. Did you do a little gaming Twitch stream this weekend, or you just
Oh yeah,
chilled?
did you?
No, I didn't end up. This weekend got a little bit wild.
Yeah.
And I ended up
actually
being
did
on
game.
that space call for a long period of time. But
Oh yeah.
yeah, that kind of ate up a little bit of. I was doing laundry and washing my mask and stuff. But I think, well, this weekend's gonna be tough too because we're gonna be doing all the organizing for the the round table with the alcohol and the other stuff.
Right.
Plus, who's gonna be trying to bring in the what to the where and why.
I know.
I just don't know when. I'm just trying to get Mike B all frustrated. Mike B's gonna be like, "What the heck are you talking about?" TMI the Slim Jim with a mask.
Let's see what this. Oh, TMI and Rogue. How many times in your guesstimation? Why do you think STV has decided to save himself for marriage? Is it because his true love is
Oh, have I now?
Ooh.
Is your true love the Moas?
Let me tell you guys something about STV and how freaky this guy is. Okay.
Yeah,
So-
TMI would know firsthand.
So let me tell you how crazy it gets. One time, this guy accidentally FaceTimed me, and I don't know where his phone was, but the way that his leg was arching behind the back of his head, I haven't seen that pose since like Cirque du Soleil. It was some wild stuff going on in his. I don't know what the hell was happening. All I know was, he was laughing and crying at the same time. It was wild. It was different. But Short the Vix can probably tell better than I can. Short the Vix, tell him what happened.
Yeah. For this hypothetical fake story.
Yeah. That's what happened.
I don't know, man. It sounds pretty real.
I heard FaceTime, my legs were contorted, and then that's all I got.
Right. You heard. He was reliving it. I brought back memories. He was going back through it in his head just now.
Yeah. All good memories.
Someone likes yoga. What's wrong with yoga? I think yoga's dope.
Oh, Alfred says, Vic says I love you on the first date.
Ooh.
No, I am not going to.
That's actually Rogue.
What?
Rogue says I love you on the first date.
Touche.
Rogue says I love you on the first date. Well, got me on that one.
Hey, it worked out for him. He is.
It did.
Like
It
a
worked
bus
out
full
for
of
me.
children now.
It worked out for me for the first one.
STV was
I didn't have
playing
to
in
go
the dark
back.
pool.
That TMI's totally real story. Yeah, guys. Totally real. I heard it from a friend of mine.
Did somebody just create an account? TMI's totally real story.
That would be funny. Not every single time TMI comes in here, you guys just get wild. You must see the mask, and it just like puts y'all in a trance.
Flips the switch.
Yeah.
If you guys if that's what happens through the screen, imagine what happens in real life. It's absolutely nuts. I'm telling you guys, it's crazy. But that's enough about me. Let's talk about Short the Vix. So what's going on with the next? You know what we should do?
What?
I have a good idea for a late night fix with Short the Vix.
Mm-hmm.
We should create a Short the Vix Tinder account.
That would be hilarious.
And then we go through, we swipe, like the people actually vote.
I think we'd have to do it on Twitch.
Oh, there we go.
We'd have to move because we can't do that.
And then people can choose whether you like talk to them or not, and what the next line is. Like we can give them options, and they can vote on what they want. Like it will be a profile that won't be real, but like they vote
I don't
on
know
what
how we would
happens.
do that.
Bro,
That would be
what?
I feel like that would be really funny for like post squeeze.
Done. Post squeeze. Flick the
jeez.
Vix. I don't know. Flick the Vix. That's a good one.
What did you
Post
just
squeeze.
say?
Post squeeze.
Yeah.
Post squeeze. Because that. I think that'd be people would love that.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see.
Oh, jeez. Are you guys reading these?
Oh, they're killing me right now. I love it. TMI wears his mask in the shower.
That would be like getting waterboarded.
That would, yeah. You know what though? It makes you stronger.
Yeah, it wakes you up in the morning.
Yeah, what doesn't
when
kill
you
you
gotta
make
wake
you
up for a
stronger.
stream at like 6 o'clock, you need to find a way to wake up.
Oh my god, that's good. That's good.
Oh, they're coming after you now, TMI.
Oh shit, I missed it.
Get him.
Hey, you guys heard that's the name of the show. Are you guys telling me you guys wouldn't watch that show? Come on.
I think
Come
Jay
on.
Rizzle
Has
has a
anyone
name
talked
for
to
it.
Stephanie about Darkpool Prince?
I don't know.
haven't
Short the Vix, have
recently.
you?
I
You
have
know
not.
what? There's gonna be something going on fairly soon with what's his name? David Lauer?
I
Are
thought
you
that was
getting him?
supposed to be
Or Matt's
today.
getting him, right?
Yeah, Matt's getting him.
Wasn't
So-
that today?
No.
Ugh. You sure?
Yeah.
All right.
So I'm
Because I thought
I'm
he
wanting
just
to
does
see.
it during his live streams.
No, he does, but he didn't do it today because he was on Fox.
I don't know. I think he
Right.
might
Oh,
have
it's
done
tomorrow, isn't it? I don't know. It's happening though. I know it's happening.
TMI on a Pez dispenser wearing a mask. Oh, that'd be dope. I should get my own Pez dispenser. That'd be pretty sick.
That would be pretty cool.
Short the Vix is still waiting on getting his paycheck so that way he can get the
It's tomorrow.
Kraken.
TMI wears a
Is it
mask.
tomorrow? I
am
thought it was
getting
Wednesday.
The Kraken.
I thought it was Wednesday.
Dude, we got to get barbecue.
I'm telling you guys, I'm gonna be partying with you guys in Vegas when this is done, and no one's gonna know who I am.
With it
I'm just
on or
gonna-
with it off?
Off, just gonna blend in.
Oh, I'll hear the voice and know right away.
I'm not gonna
Yeah,
talk.
right.
I'm not gonna talk at
Oh,
all.
God. Oh, it'll be too loud to talk.
Yeah, keep
Actually,
quiet. I'm just gonna have a
this
whistle.
isn't his actual voice. He has a voice changer in the freaking
That's
mask.
right. That's right. Make it sound a little bit deeper. My voice actually sounds like Steve Urkel.
Can I do that?
TMI, I'm sorry I critiqued your jingle the other day. I appreciate the courage and hope you are okay now.
No,
Overtext.
oh my god.
Overtext.
People both big me up to the point where I knew they were just, trying to boost my ego. And then they also tore me apart to the point where I was just like, I don't know if this is you being rude or you being 100% honest. Like it could be either one, because the jingle was not great. It was great in theory, and the tempo was great, but the execution was left something to be desired.
It probably couldn't be worse than when Rogue and I sung Happy Birthday and I was still on my busted ass laptop.
That was tough.
Yeah.
That was tough.
See,
Yeah.
it won't work. We can tell by your hat. Damn it.
Bring a mask, everyone, and put it on
did you
random
hear that?
TMI looking guys. That would be funny.
Some really drunk girl will pull your mask down without asking you. Heard it here first. That legit could happen.
Yeah.
That legit could happen. And it will be extremely painful when it does. Rogue,
Yeah,
did you
I
know
like the
if-
Ortex jingle. They should hit you up with that offer.
I'm telling
Can
you,
I hear it?
I have it. I don't know if it's ready right now. It's not quite. Yeah, I'm not quite. Yeah, wait for the morning.
Not feeling it
streams.
tonight.
Yeah, because it's just been a long day.
Save it for
That's
the
all right.
save it for the early morning.
Wear a
Hey,
wear a
so,
full face
shout
helmet. I'm
out-
just gonna wear a football mask with a full visor.
Hey, shout out to whoever's birthday it is today. Happy birthday.
Yeah, it's not mine.
Shout out. Okay.
Nobody said it in the chat. I'm just going to start saying that every day.
Oh, I thought you said someone's birthday.
It's bound to be someone's birthday, man.
It's always someone's birthday. Happy
It's
birthday
always
to
someone's
whoever
birthday.
it is.
I can't wait till the short squeeze is over so I can stop smoking cigarettes. This is a lot of stress.
I do not look like
T-My is
young
praying
John
that some hot
Travolta.
fox pulls his
I
mask
disagree.
down. Oh, you guys are hilarious.
It's always Matt's birthday, though.
Yeah, it is. Happy birthday, Matt.
Yeah.
Did you send him the invite?
Alex
No.
Blunt says it's my wife's boyfriend's birthday. Hey, shout out to your wife's boyfriend's birthday.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah,
Happy
I'm glad you
birthday
guys
to
Does
him.
that mean it's my birthday?
It is.
Oh, wow. Short to
Ooh.
Vicks from the top rope. Oh, jumping in with the elbow. Oh, okay, okay.
We're getting after it in Power Half Hour, huh?
There we go. Uh-oh, uh-oh.
Oh, Antics, the legend, coming in hot.
Vicks only wears hoodies and nothing else.
Oh, bro, don't read the whole thing.
That's funny.
You know what's good? You know what's good? You know what's refreshing? Is that
Yeah.
these guys, these people, these apes, these wonderful people can have fun, say whatever the hell they want. No one's judging anyone and just chill.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I think people need to understand how dope these streams are. Like, this is pretty legit. Like, this is even on YouTube right now. Think about what everything that's going on right now, and it's controlled. It's like we're not crossing any lines. Like, everyone's having a good time. We're laughing. People are ripping us, and we're having a great time. Like,
Bro,
That's why we do the Power Half Hour at the end. So everybody's like having a good
Yo.
time and then goes to bed.
Mhm.
Even if it's like a red or a green day, it's like, well, at least we had fun.
yeah.
Aubrey
he's
says, gonna make
sick.
a Where's
That's dope.
Waldo book replaced with a bunch of TMIs.
That's good. That is good.
Oh, that's great.
I will laugh my ass off if Kenny G's ex-wife is a. I need to scroll back to the live feed to find that.
Which one?
Sean is going off. I want to see it.
I really want to see
Oh,
that too.
imagine the hedgie who has to watch these streams for intel. Dude, especially mine at the end. It's like, come on. Like at the beginning, they're like, oh, this is what they're talking about. They're like really getting into it. And then at the end, it's just like, why are they talking about shorts?
Seriously. Let's see here.
Oh.
That's why I wear a mask.
Rogue wears neither.
Yeah, I have proof too. 2 kids and a third on the way. Oh.
Oh, this after 8.9%. Can't wait until we're chatting after 89% boom boom days. Oh, it's going to be electric.
Those are going to be wow. Look, we used to be drinking on green days.
We can
Just
bring
wait
that
for
back.
it. Just wait for it.
We used to do that on Fridays when we were doing the podcast.
Oh, we need to bring those back. Where's Nick?
Oh,
Nick
yeah.
Finance.
Bro, seriously?
Where the hell are you? I'm going to have to fly to Nigeria to go find this guy.
Becky, he doesn't even come into our chat. Becky's on her 3rd martini, though. That's
Becky,
aggressive. Good job.
Becky, calm down. It's only 8 minutes left.
SUV, can't you get more lights in TMI's closet? I should give him some of these lights. It's like a, I don't even know what to call it. These are just like the worst lights ever. They're bright. And
Oh,
it hurts.
listen, I got lights. Want to see lights?
Oh,
wow.
It's
You got
bright.
lights, different
Yeah.
colors, just constantly changing on you. What lights you want?
I like green. for
Make
the
it a light
boom
show.
booms. What do you usually have it? Blue?
Yeah, blue. Blue because I'm sad.
Nobody cared who I was.
No
Oh,
stopping me today. Becky said she's on a mission. Back off.
Becky's
She's like,
celebrating a good Green Day. No harm in that.
go for it. Go full send.
Oh, there you
TMI,
go,
has
Andres.
anyone ever recognized you in real life?
Not so far. Not so far. No.
I haven't been.
I've been trying
Neither have
to.
I. I just
Yeah.
chill in my house.
Because the thing is, like, it's 1%. You have to think about this. Like, it's probably less than 1% of people, right? So
Right.
if you go to a grocery store, maybe one person is invested. Forget actually being online. You know what I mean?
What?
But the only thing is, if you go to an AMC theater though on a weekend,
Slightly
then
higher
Right, you're
probability.
more.
uh-huh,
Yep. The
uh-huh,
probability goes up.
uh-huh. So this Friday is gonna be funny. This
Oh,
Friday is gonna be really funny.
that would be funny.
I don't know what you guys are doing this Friday, but I might go to the movies. I might go to a little party, and then I might head out to the casino, do a little something,
Oh,
something. I don't know.
I think I want to go to the casino, or go into an AMC and just buy a bunch of stuff and then leave.
Oh, I might do that too. I might
Yeah.
buy a bunch of stuff and then throw it everywhere.
Well,
You know how
well,
apes throw shit at people?
jeez.
Kind of like that.
So basically, you're just gonna buy stuff in AMC, walk outside, and start whipping it at people.
Yeah.
No,
Like
we're not doing that.
I'm gonna tip the staff one share worth of AMC. Like, sorry for my mess here. Buy a share AMC on me, and then start it off that way. Invest in your company. Go.
Yeah.
Boom.
Brian says he's 14 beers in. Let's go. It was a great day. Go for it, Brian.
Full send, Brian. Actually, you know what?
What just happened?
I'm still
Just
here.
lost TMI. Whoa! It's just a dot.
I just might sip on a little something myself while getting into the last little bit of the.
Alrighty. Yeah, I don't have anything here besides empty
How's it
energy
going?
drink cans and empty protein.
Check it out,
shakes.
we're two dots
and
just
Hedgy
talking to
Tears.
each
I
other.
have these.
Hey, what's up, dot TMI?
I put my profile photo in my dot. I took time out of my day to make sure that I wasn't just a letter on Short of the Vix's screen. I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
Let me put my picture in there. But this guy, on the other hand, just leaving letters on the screen.
Hey, man. I've never thought about it. I didn't even think I could do that, honestly.
STV, it's because you aren't old enough.
How does one control that?
I did it before I got on.
Can we arrange a massive stream with all of you gorilla generals and ape admirals? I'm talking all of you, Trey, Matt, Andrew Mo, Trading Science, Simulating Trade, Jackson at Wrench Capital. We might be able to do a little something like that this week, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. We're still in the talks.
I got a feeling like we're gonna be able to get a lot. That's gonna sound really creepy. I'm gonna take a step back. I have a feeling we'll have something for you in the very near future.
It'll be cool.
Yo, wait.
Yeah.
Did you guys see that? We ended on a boom boom candle.
We did though.
Yeah, there was a little boom boom in the after hours.
No, I loved it. I loved it. Yeah.
STV's mom is gonna bust in and tell him he needs to clean up his room and get ready for bed. I actually have to take the trash out right after this.
I didn't know
just
where that
remembered
sentence was going. Oh my gosh. I was like, you guys crossed a freaking line. I was like, that
I read it before.
disrespectful. Oh, okay. I was like, oh my gosh.
Dude,
Because you read it out loud and I was just
it's
like,
a gallon
all right.
of Hedgy Tears and it's water. It's not milk. I'm not just drinking a gallon of milk. What am I, a wild
ahead,
person?
Hey,
Okay.
Juan Martinez says, I bet those Hedgy Tears aren't salty because they got no souls.
Oh, thank you, Juan. Yeah, we're gonna be sipping on some Hedgy Tears for the remainder of the AMC squeeze.
Yeah, buddy.
It tastes better with the label.
Antics. That's what you get. That's what you get.
Uh-oh, we got 2 minutes. Anything wild you guys want to say? That's like not too wild, but like
Yeah, so
PG-13,
basically-
go for it.
Listen,
How
I'm
can
gonna
I get
basically
STV's
mute myself.
channel?
Yeah, I'm not gonna be the one risking it out here.
Nope. Nope.
Y'all ain't catching me.
Nuh-uh. If something happens, that's on
Who's
something
getting
else.
arrested? For what? I need to get
Wait, what
headphones because I can't hear you guys very well.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, you need headphones for sure.
You don't have
Boom,
anything?
boom.
Gary
his-
Gensler.
Naked shorts.
Naked
Boom
short.
boom hits antics eardrums.
Dude,
Yeah.
the Short the Vix Twitter account makes me laugh every single time it tweets.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it gets me every time. All right, 1 minute, guys. What do you got?
We finished
Let's
at
see it.
40, 36.
Just buy, that is all.
Yep.
Snapple Fact by AMC. That's a good name.
All right. Get crazy. Chat. Get crazy.
All right, you have like 30 seconds.
Ah. Oh.
Top or bottom?
Ooh.
Just asking. Top or bottom?
SCV
why
is
are-
going to buy a
Bro,
dairy
you're
farm
asking-
after Squeezy loves ice cream. That's false.
You guys gotta
I
pick.
don't
You
like
gotta
ice cream
pick.
very much.
Top or bottom?
Top.
Sure,
I mean, what about
avoid this one?
what about like? Okay, never mind.
Whoa! No, please, go into detail. This guy shouldn't wait
All
for
right,
10
guys,
o'clock.
that's all time we have here today because it's 9.
Oh, gotcha again. I got my
STV
reminder.
always.
This reminder right here is going to say take out the trash. All right, guys, that's it for the stream tonight. Thanks for all you guys who are coming in. We got Rogue the Legacy on Twitter, YouTube, but not Instagram because Rogue is not trying to get his Instagram game up. We got TMI, the Masked Investor, on
Sloppy Party Bottom.
YouTube. Mike. I'm the masked_investor on Twitter and Instagram. You guys were great. This was fun. Let's have a good day tomorrow.
Oh, God. All right.
Peace.
Peace, guys.